President Museveni went to the bush. Since he went to the bush, we have been expecting to hear from him the results of his mission. After a whole of 40 years, we are still lingering around in bad directions. Where is Uganda going? There is a crisis. It will be on record that the Conservative Party warned the Ugandans that there would be a crisis. And we see the crisis lingering. The Constitution Court giving us the opportunity to be heard. It would be the Constitutional Court to be blamed. You all know that President Museveni went to the bush basically in opposition to bad elections. He is not the one who in 1980 had lost the elections because he never won. It was the Democratic Party which was said to have been won and was cheated. And on the strength of that, in summary over the court reluctance to hear us, it is true that the court ignored our application, possibly on the advice of the government, because it is not independent. I will now make a few comments on the status quo of the electoral process in Uganda. We are worried. Don't be surprised when the military takes over government in a few days from now. We are worried. First of all, the amount of torture mounted on the presidential candidacy followers is immense, is indescribable. Every presidential election which takes place in this country as symptoms of disturbance manifested by the president, the incumbent president. Where is this country going? In the case of Amama Mbabazi versus Attorney General in 2016, it is on record that the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court observed that the incumbent president was dominating every opportunity used in the campaign. How many presidential candidates other than Museveni make use of UBC and all the government media? The man is dominating the scene. Nobody is bothered. Parliament is not functioning, and yet it is supposed to function. Under Article 79(1) of the Constitution, Parliament can pass any law to stop a crisis in Uganda. People have been making noise from time to time for the last 4 months, and we expected Parliament to have been convened to address the crisis. Nobody is taking action. There is a problem in Uganda. As we speak now, the biometric machines Mr. Mabilizi alluded to are a big cause for worry. According to the Supreme Court ruling, the biometrical machines could not come into effect without an operational law to direct how things will be done. The guidelines mean nothing because the guidelines, as published by Mr. Mao, are supposed to operationalize the law which has been passed by Parliament. And no law has been passed by Parliament to that effect. So the practice of the guidelines is unconstitutional, totally unconstitutional ab initio. Nobody knows what lies inside the machinery. Why are the machines brought when the elections are about to take place? The machines should have arrived in the country much earlier for the population to study the mechanics of those operations. Parliament is dysfunctional. I think this has been one of the weakest parliaments Uganda has ever had. Even knows what we should do. In answer to President Museveni's son remarks, I would like to state as follows on behalf of the Conservative Party. That statement is unconstitutional. Uganda is not a military state. It is a democracy. And the echoes of the president's son's remarks is an absurdity. President is still living. It is as if he's not in existence, because he should have apologized to the people of Uganda for such remarks made by Mr. Muhoozi, General Muhoozi. It is a catastrophe. We are not a military state. Two, I would like to remind General Muhoozi that pursuant to Article 1 of the Constitution, the people of Uganda have the powers to employ whoever comes in as a president and the ministers. All those are employees of the state, of the government, of the people of Uganda. So for one to say that when you finish voting, you return to your home is an insult. You are commanding the owners of Uganda to return to their home. Where do you get the mandate? We are the owners of Uganda, the population, and you cannot command us to return home because you want to cheat the elections. So that statement of General Muhoozi is unfortunate. It is a catastrophe. It is absurd, and it is I don't know how to describe it. One regrets for having supported President Museveni. Uganda lost over 1 million people in Luwero. What is going on now is unfortunate. What do we do? I can see the military taking over Uganda government anytime now, and it will be the people within the government taking over themselves. So we would like to make a clarion call to the people of Uganda that much as we are going in the elections, there is danger facing us, and we cannot keep quiet about the lingering danger confronting Uganda people.
Okubeera nga amagye n'ab'ebitongole by'okwerinda abalala bakyakwata abantu ne babuzibwawo nga be bakwata balonzi, okubanga bakyenyigira mu kulonda kuno, ebyo byonna tubyogerako nti bityobola ssemateeka. No process yonna ey'ebyokulonda eba teriimu mazima na kwesigika. Abantu batulugunyizibwa, abantu bakwatibwa, abantu batiisibwa, eddoboozi ettuufu ne libula. Kati awo tewali kalulu kasobola kuvaayo abantu nga balonda nga abalondera ku mudumu gw'emmundu. Gun point noga nti kalimu okwesigika akalulu ako, tekaba ka mazima na bwenkanya. President Tibwabulwa avuddeyo emirundi mingi n'ayogera, newankubadde ng'emiwendo gikyusekyuse, naye twagala okutwala omuwendo ogwakasembayo ng'aga nti baamubba akalulu obukadde 2,700 mu 2021. Kaakati bwe babanga akalulu k'oyo baakabba, tusobola okufunawo abakulembeze abatandika okuswala ne beekuba mu mutima ng'omulamuzi Byabakama n'aga nti kandekulire. Bwe kubanga okulonda okwa 2016 kwateekebwa mu kkooti, era kkooti n'esalange nti kubaddemu ebirumira bingi, tewaba okuddamu okulonda okulala okuggyako nga waliwo amendments ebikoleddwa kubikwataganako n'okulambika okulonda bwe kwandibadde. Kati ensonga eyo bwebanga eri bwetyo, President tibwabulwa n'avaayo n'agandi nange banziba akalulu. Tuvudde mu 2016 tuzze 2021. Kati osobola kakasa otya bannayuganda tyogenda kuteekateeka akalulu ak'amazima n'obwenkanya mu 2016 nga kali konna kazze kalimu ebirumira era obwesige ku nkozesa y'ebyuma bikalimagezi nga ebivudde mu kulonda bwe bituuka waali n'abibala n'abyogera kuli luddawa. Twagala nno okwogera ne Uganda yonna nti akalulu nga baganya okukabala nga bwe kava mu buli district ne walema okubeerawo ekiyitibwa okugeraageranya ebivudde mu kulonda wonna kye bayita tallying tekiriyo. Wali kubeera kusoma nga ne byasoma gyabijje tetumanyi, naye akakiiko kalagira nti abantu bange bye bampadde okuva mu declaration forms n'omulala tugeraageranye tulabe nga byebyo akalulu kabalibwe. Kati ate wali kuba kusoma busomi bye tutamanya wa gye bivudde. N'olwekyo teri alina bwesige nkimanyi ti n'okwogera okwakaggwa okwa pulezidenti bwabulwa ti bamubba akalulu kitegeeza naye talina bwesige mu nkola yonna, prosesi yonna ekoleddwamu nti egenda kuvaamu akalamu, newankubadde mu byuma ebivaako ne bagaa nti akalulu kavuddeyo bwe kati. Ne bannayuganda bonna ekyo mumanyi nti tebalina bwesige mu kakiiko ka byakulonda.